Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this today I'll be doing part 2 of my show up and deliver moments. Subscribe, like to my YouTube channel. Also click on the notification to know when to see my upcoming post on my YouTube channel. So one thing about having these show up and deliver moments is that when you're able to, despite any circumstance or difficulties that whatever you're facing, you could face a challenge, and then to be able to show up and deliver in the moment in whatever you do. You could play a sport, you could anything do your schoolwork, anything all in general. I mean, to be able to show up and do those, it's really a nice feeling to be able to do those things. I mean, life is challenging every day. I mean, you're going to face some challenges, you're going to face some adversities, but if you are able to overcome those, to show up and deliver despite those adversities, it really says something. Okay, so this is part 2. When you're able to, shine, let your light shine brightly, and you're able to be an inspiration to anybody persons in your life, and you're able to help them and share stories about how you became successful, and how you're able to make through life, how you're able to achieve what you achieve in life. It really can help others to be able to be oh heck, if this person can do this, I can do it too. So in my other show up at different moments, this was where I do testimonies at fasting church or camps, anything else you can think of. When I was at church, I was at my mom's church. Prior to me doing the testimony, I mean, I was watching other person do testimonies and thing, about what God has done for them in their life, letting their light shine and so forth, and watch in person and thing. I mean, even online, heck, you can do it testimonies first online. But either way, if you can able to share your testimony about what God has done for you in your life, it really can work wonders, because it can help the other person who is listening, or persons who are listening, to able to do the same thing. One thing I can tell you, in order to do testimonies, you gotta have to go through things, you have to go through challenges, adversities, and also you gotta be able to overcome those adversities. And if you have the Lord God Almighty by your side to help you through those adversities and challenges, and you overcome them, then when the time comes for you to share it and shine your light brightly, and wherever you did the testimony, I mean, it will shine brightly. So the moment when I really did it, the couple of times I did testimonies, I actually volunteered to do the testimonies. So for the first time, I was like, you know what, I'm going to volunteer to do the testimony. Now, knowing me, what's a short phrase? I must say kinda, yeah. Cause for me, I'm a fast stalker and things. So for me to able to say, okay, let me talk for to this person, despite me being a fast stalker and thing and show up and deliver in that moment. My first try, I share persons about what God had done for me, how I went through persons speaking at me and thing, how I went through all that, how moments where I wanted to really, fight and thing, but somehow happened not to. More of this story, you see, you're going to face temptations, and you're going to face situations where you really want to do something that you might regret. There are moments, and there are a lot of moments where before you make a choice, you have to analyze the choices that you make. If you want to do it badly. Say for instance, you want to be at school, someone's bugging you, and you want to fight. No, if anybody knows rules of fighting at school, there's no fighting at school. Although people fight at school anyways, but if you fight at school, the consequences you'll get suspended from school. So I had that to think about. As much as I wanted to brawl and thing, I was just I don't want to get suspended and have it on my record. And one of the things that I learned in my high school was Jesus would tell us, you write your own recommendation. So I think that alone, along with the Lord God Almighty alone. So the part with the you write your own recommendation along with the Lord God Almighty was by my side really helped me not to really to do those stuff that really caused me to get suspended and expire my record. So I had to find a way to just try and end the school year without leaving high school over without anything on my record. It wasn't easy because I was in a lot of tight spots. But if you have the Lord God Almighty to help you in those tight spots, it doesn't matter how tight they are, you will get through them. So my dilemma was to do a testimony. And when I first did it and first can hear me, every other time is when I do have an opportunity to do a testimony, I will just take it. Another time I volunteered to do testimony at camp in 2017. So we were bonfire night, and then I said, you know what, let me do it. I show up, I did in that moment, everybody could hear me as always, and that was that. I was supposed to do a testimony at Marigold, but that was missed. Then the year after I was supposed to do a testimony. I didn't volunteer myself this time, someone asked me to do a testimony, but I was slipped. More of this story is that sometimes you gotta, there are times where you have your time to shine, there are times there are not. It's hard to say, but God works in mysterious ways that most of us can't comprehend, and that when those moments you think there are times to shine, and even if you miss those opportunities, somehow this is where it's unexplainable. Is where the same opportunity that you will miss, somewhere you will get back that same opportunity, and it's like 2019. I was actually doing another testimony. I was like sure, but this time around I was like not getting my hopes up because I don't want to get disappointed again. So that was my fear, but that didn't happen. I ended up doing the testimony and show up and deliver in that moment. So that was the time where I actually revealed told person about my disability and thing. I thought that was the time to really try and just, I needed to develop a bit of confidence first before I can tell a person about it. Didn't really have enough confidence back in the day, but that time I really had the confidence to be able to just, be vulnerable and just share what I went through and just tell person what disability and take it from there. Another moments I might show up at the little moments that I won't forget was, I will tell you one thing. At first I never really could imagine myself on the radio at first. I really couldn't really imagine it because, that stage was things just weren't flowing and things like that. And, I went to a lot of that stage before that interview. And when I got that opportunity, I can tell you one thing, the 2 radio interviews that I got was all God's doing. That's one thing I can tell you. Didn't we look at it back then, but no, I can say all of those who was opportunities I got to really make a significant mark, especially at Money College, was God's doing. Because like in November, I prayed to Lord God, asked him to help me to be an inspiration. So I really wanted to be an inspiration. And then for me, when I got that opportunity, I was like in my head, this could be my big break. I need to really show up and deliver and capitalize on this opportunity. I did. A month later, after I dealt myself question whether or not I was able to make another significant mark again, I ended up getting another opportunity. There's another more of the story to this part. More of the story is that your mindset and how you approach, your positive mindset, how you approach something really matters. Because those 2 really interview, I approach it being like, I need to do this, I need to show up, deliver, I need to, show up and deliver. I said, I'm going to nail this on his head. So I'm putting some positive mindset before I even did the interview, I said, look, I'm going to nail this interview on his head. Somehow, I'm going to nail his head. Because prior to it, I've been saying to myself, the next time I get these type of opportunities to speak in public, whether online or face to face, I'm going to nail on his head. So I was preparing my mind for the day when you happen to miss an opportunity, there's a possible chance you might get back the opportunity. So instead of like getting mad and getting frustrated about missing opportunity, you just work on yourself, continue to be your best version of yourself until that same opportunity that you miss come, and then when the opportunity really come back to you that you previously missed, you can really shine your light and show up and deliver. So that's what I did. I kept focusing on my talking, I work on my speech. So I kept doing it every day until that day come for me to really shine my light again. Yeah, I kind of got frustrated at first, but after a while, I just put my mind together and said, you know what, there's a possible chance I might get an opportunity and possibility. Anything is a possibility with God. So I was just like, let me just practice, continue to work on my speech, continue to improve on it. And when I did the really interview, especially my first one, I mean, the interviews were surprised. First of all, the way they said about like the found out that did speech therapy, and then it was like, what speech therapy and stuff like that. I even had to smile because I couldn't help it, because I talk really well that particular interview to a point that I have to wonder what speech therapy is. I mean, it was just one of those amazing moments I've had. And then I learned about myself a particular day, especially in that interview. No, for me, outside of speaking for the persons and things, I made tough pass. But when all eyes are on me, and I have to talk to a point where everybody can hear what I'm saying. Now, when you're faced being under pressure, so one thing with pressure can make diamonds or burst pipe. In those two interviews I did, the pressure I faced, I made diamond. And then I thrive under pressure. And there were a lot of times where I thrive under pressure. So I thrive under that pressure. And those two really interviews I did. Even the second one, I was very confident on the second interview. I was looking nervous, but not much. I was very confident on the second because I already did the first interview. So I did the second one. And to prove that the first really interview was a bluff, because I even positioned myself the second way, is like, look, I gotta do it again to show that there was no mistake, no fluke, no bluff, none of that. So that's what I did. And if I really wanted to, guys, I would post on my WhatsApp or status on Facebook just to tell the person that stay tuned to my interview. I'm going to nail it on his head if I really wanted to. That's how confident I was. So I nailed those two really interviews head, and ever since I do those, it really, for me, I needed to develop enough confidence to be able to be like, you know what, I'm going to have my own YouTube channel and all that. So I needed to develop just enough confidence just to have my own YouTube channel, and here I am. So been doing videos since last month. So okay, more of the story. With the help of God, you can do anything. And my favorite scripture it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's Philippians chapter 4 verse 13. I like that scripture. In fact, I love it, guys. All things. That means whatever you decided to do or you put your mind into, you can do it through Christ who strengthens you. So whatever I decide to do, as long as I've got by myself, I can do anything. With the help of confidence and being confident in myself and the belief in myself, whatever I put my mind into, I can pull it off. So any day, when you have God by your side, you can do awesome things, even things that you think you couldn't do. Whatever, it doesn't matter how, as I said, it doesn't matter how challenging it is or how much adversity you face. The destiny and the greatness in you is bigger than those obstacles and storms that you face in life. That's one thing I can say for sure. So that's the end of my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and to also click on the notification to see when I'll be posting more videos. And that's the end of my video, guys.